Here we are, guys. Welcome back to another live this week in the Escape 9 to 5 Club. I want to be sure that everything is working before I start with the presentation that you can see on the screen. So give me a second to see if the microphone works, and it looks like working. We are streaming on different platforms, so either you're here watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn. I want you to interact with the streaming. I want you to write your comments. I want you to put down your questions. I mean, this should be a back and forth conversation. It's not just me giving a presentation and you listen passively. I want you instead to interact and to participate to this presentation. So let's start. Today we're going to talk about the future of client acquisition, the brand new way to get clients on social media. I will try to go really fast with my content because I don't want to waste your time and I want you to get great content. So please, advice that I give you at the beginning of this presentation, take notes, because I will give you a lot of notions that you can absolutely put into play right now, and you can make it work to attract clients and to start growing your business. So let's start with this presentation. Before I start with my content, let me introduce myself in case you never met me before, and I'm gonna remove my, or at least reduce my picture so you can see most of the slide. I'm Alessandro Di Ruscio. I'm the founder of the Escape 9 to 5 Club, that is the biggest community for digital nomads out there, and I teach consultants, coaches, and content creators how to get clients using live events like this one that you are watching right now at the moment. So that said, one question that I receive a lot, and I understand why I receive a lot this question, is, look, tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. I want to get clients on social media. Just give me the strategy. Just share with me the strategy. Let me know what I have to do and I'm gonna do it. So this is the thing. You get a lot of advice, right? You get a lot of advice, but you never get the exact strategy. And this is what I want to give you today, the exact strategy that you should use to get clients. I want to tell you first what is the usual recommendation that you get. What is the usual recommendation that you get when you ask this question? Tell me the exact strategy that I should use on social media to get clients. Well, usually people tell you, just post content. Post content consistently on social media every day if you can, and the algorithm will reward you. I don't know you, but I tried this method. I tried to post and post and post and spend most of my time posting on social media, and this is what I got. Tumbleweed. Nothing more than this, just nothing, absolutely nothing. And basically posting consistently on social media never ending feels like this, like a hamster in a wheel. You are constantly chasing something that will never come. And I noticed something really interesting also. I noticed that when I present an offer, after I create all this content, after I spend all this time to create content and give great value to my audience, I realized that when I present an offer, no one wants to buy from me. And it's really weird if you think about it. If you think about all the time that you spend creating content, then no one wants to buy from you. Why is this? I have the answer for you. The answer is this. Your audience is split into two types of people. Type number one is the group of freebie seekers. These freebie seekers, they are not ready to buy from you. They basically don't trust you. They basically don't trust you enough to pay you for what you have. This is the problem. So they will never buy from you. It doesn't matter how good is your content. It doesn't matter what you're gonna give to them. They will never buy from you. And then on the other side, there are the action takers. Action takers are people that they already tried everything for free, and they realized on some level, that at the end you don't reach anything, you don't achieve anything if you don't invest something, if you don't spend money to learn from someone, or if you don't invest in a product, you will never reach something. That's why people get stuck, because there is an overwhelm of information out there. People get stuck because there is too much content out there, and they end up jumping from free piece of content to the next free piece of content to the next to the next to the next, and then they achieve nothing. This is the problem. People are stuck for this reason. So action takers, they realize that if there is something that makes sense to spend with, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend the money, I'm gonna invest into something that will make the difference. This is the difference between freebie seekers and action takers. Now, the problem is, how can I attract action takers? How can I stop attracting freebie seekers? People will never pay me for anything. How can I attract action takers? Well, in this presentation, I'm going to show you how to get the visibility you need, but how to get the visibility from the right prospects. So not visibility from people who will never pay you, will never invest with you, but visibility with people that are ready to pay you for what you're worth. Before telling you this, let me tell you when I got my biggest aha moment. Okay, the biggest aha moment, it was several years ago. And I remember that I just started working on my business and looked like nothing was moving the needle. I wasn't going anywhere. Nothing was working for me. And I was wondering if I don't know, maybe no one cared about what I had, or no one will ever pay me for something. And then suddenly, after doing what people tell you to do, create content, give great value for free, and then present an offer and someone will buy from you, eventually I received this message. Now, I cover names, and I don't want to for privacy, I'm not going to put the names here, but the message was basically this. This person reached out to me and they told me, hey Alessandro, basically we have a community and we organized webinars, and we're always looking for products or webinars to promote to our lists. Do you guys seek any service via webinars? At the beginning, I thought that this was spam. I thought that it was, the usual spam message that you receive, and you don't even reply to this. But then I thought, okay, let's give it a try. Let's answer this message and let's see what happens. So I answered and I said, yeah, actually, I run webinars. I have a product that I sell that at the time was an online course. And I run webinars about affiliate marketing. This is what I used to do back in the days. So I said, yeah, I can do a webinar if you want, for your community. And I can do this webinar about affiliate marketing if you want. And then at the end of the webinar, I can present the offer, and then we split any earning we're gonna do with this product when I sell the product. And this was the agreement, okay? These people, they had a Saturday mastermind. Every Saturday they were going live and they were inviting guests to do their webinars, and then obviously on every webinar there was an offer attached to it. And then when they sell the offer, they will split 50% commission to the person running the webinar and 50% commission to the person who hosted the entire community. So this was the model that they were running, and I said, okay, let's give it a try. I will jump on the Saturday school, and will do my presentation, and then let's see if someone wants to buy the product. So I didn't expect anything, because again, I didn't know if these people were legit. I didn't know how big was this Saturday school, but I jumped on board without any expectation. And this is what happened when I joined the call. I actually was there talking to a lot of people. I was in this room on Zoom, and there were a lot of people listening to me, right? I gave my presentation. So I went on for an hour. I talked about my content. I talked about affiliate marketing. And then at the end of the presentation, I presented my offer. That was the online course. It was $597 for this online course, and I ended up making 12 sales. I got as well plenty of followers, because people found me on social media and they decided to follow me. I got a lot of subscribers on my email list. All of this in a single hour, in just 1 hour. Now, pay attention to the fact that I didn't build the list, I didn't promote the event, and I didn't organize the call. The only thing I did was to jump on board, was just to show up on Saturday morning, give my presentation to a group of people someone else arranged. I didn't organize the entire thing. I was just the person speaking. And this was a light bulb moment. The light bulb moment was that actually I didn't have to grow a community. I didn't have to spend a lot of time growing a community, or at least I didn't have to do just that, because there are a lot of communities that are already out there, already built by someone else. The only thing I had to do was to find this community, convince the host of the community to speak, to give my presentation, and then split the earnings, right? So I thought, if this works so well, why am I not doing this every day, right? If this is working so well, I should do this every single day, right? So another question that I receive a lot is, what would I do if I start from scratch? Well, it's easy. The answer is really easy. I will focus on live events. Okay. Why am I so passionate about live events? Well, first of all, the thing is that sales happen just if there is trust. Just if the person in front of you or the person on the other side of the screen trusts you. You can have the best product in the world. You can provide the best service, but if these people don't trust you, you're never gonna make sales. So they need to trust you. But then the question is, how do you gain trust from new people? Easy. You speak live. You speak in virtual events, and you speak in person events like the one we're here. Well, this is virtual. Imagine that I'm in person. This is exactly what I would do, right? And also, I would do two types of events, or at least I will run my events on two different places. Place number one, to my audience on social media. If you have a following on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on Instagram or any other social media platform out there, I will go live consistently. Consistently means that you can go live once per week. You can go live twice per week. You have always the chance to go live. This is why social media are really powerful right now, because you can be in real time with everyone around the world. You basically have your own television, and it's absolutely absurd that you're not using this possibility. You know, you can go live with everyone around the world and you're not using this chance. People will have paid a lot of money years and years and years ago to do something like this. Also, I will find external communities, and I will try to convince the owners of these communities to have me as a host for my content. This means that I will leverage others' audiences. I can leverage my audience, but at the same time I can leverage someone else's audience. And this works incredibly well. This is the reason why on podcast hosts, they invite guests. And this is why guests want to be there, because they will leverage the host's audience. And they can be in front of people they will never have the chance to be in front if they wouldn't be guests on this podcast. This is the reason why people go live on Instagram together, why they interview each other on Instagram. The reason why is because they can get in front of both audiences, right? What I'm saying here is that you should become a speaker. You have this possibility nowadays that everyone can be a speaker, everyone can become a speaker. You just need to be consistent. You just need to go live on a consistent basis in front of your audience. You demonstrate your expertise, whatever your expertise is, whatever your niche is, whatever your market is, you demonstrate this expertise on a consistent basis. You explain that you understand the problem. That's another thing. If you can explain the problem, if you can get into the details of the problem that your prospects have, that's when simple to sell, because they will perceive you as someone who has the solution. Then you provide value without selling. even before selling, you provide value, you provide everything you have, you share every kind of knowledge and content you have, and you spend time with your prospects. That's another important thing. You spend as much time as possible with your prospects. The more time you spend with them, the easier it is to make sales, because trust is something that you gain with time, spending time with people. So step number one in this strategy, step number one is that you speak consistently to your audience, right? So how do you get the attention? How do you promote your live events? Well, you create content on social media. This is why you have social media. You basically create content first, and then every time you get a like, every time you get a reaction, every time you get a comment, every time you have a new follower or a new friend or someone who interacted with your content, you reach out to them and you invite them to the event that you would do. This is what you're supposed to do on a daily basis. You create content, and then you reach out to who engages and you invite them to your event. Day in and day out. This is how you leverage your audience, and you create trust, you create a bond, you create a connection with your audience. Now, I understand if you don't know what to post, right? This is the problem. Like, what should I post on a weekly basis or on a daily basis? This is why you have me here, because I have for you my weekly content strategy. If you want to use the weekly content strategy that I'm using, if you want to know what to post on Monday and on Tuesday and on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, well, get this content strategy. You can scan the QR code here, or you can just write this on your browser and you can download this guide, this weekly content strategy. With this, you're not starting from scratch. You use basically what I'm using. All right. Step number two is to leverage others' audiences from other people, right? One suggestion that I can give you is to not try not to use audiences from experts in your same area. I mean, I'm a marketer. And if I go live in another marketer's audience, we're basically fighting for the same content, for the same niche. And it's not wise. Why do we have to compete? Instead, find complementary niches. Find complementary niches. To give you a few examples, in my case, I'm into marketing. Why not finding a community of from a book coach, someone who teach content creators to write books? In that case, I can get in front of that community and I can teach how to market that book, how to use social media to sell that book, for example. In this way, we are complementary. We are teaching two different things. The owner of this community teach their audience how to write a book, and I teach how to sell that book. Complementary. Again, let's see another example. If I'm a fitness coach, I can find a diet consultant who has a community, and I can get live in that community and I can give information, I can share information that host doesn't have, some knowledge that host doesn't have. So I can teach how to get in better shape to people that are already working on their nutrition. Or again, if I'm a lifestyle coach or a life coach, I can find a community about meditation, and I can get in there and I can speak about how to get better habits, for example. These are complementary niches. So we're not teaching the same exact thing. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense if we teach the same thing. If I'm a marketer and I get in another marketer's community, we are overlapping our content, and it doesn't make sense. Now, how do you find these communities, and how do you convince hosts of this community to have you as a guest? You need to climb the ladder. There is no other way. If you are starting right now and you have 100 followers, you can't pretend that you can be a guest in a community with someone who has 100,000 followers, right? It doesn't make sense. You are on two different levels. So you have to start little by little. If you have 100 followers, find other people who have 100 followers and work together, complement each other. Go live together on Instagram, interview each other. This is how you grow. And when you reach 1,000 followers, find someone else who has 1,000 followers or a little more than that. And then again, work together, go live together, interview each other. Find podcasts that are really small right now. If you're starting in the moment, send a message to the owner of that podcast and ask if you can be a guest. And the more you grow, the more podcasts you've been a guest in, the bigger podcasts you can ask to be a guest. This is how it works. You have to climb the ladder. You can't go from 0 to 100. You have to go for steps. This is how it works, right? Now, a few examples to find external events. If you want to speak on events, if you want to speak in person, if you want to speak in conferences, if you want to speak in seminars. One thing that you can do is to get on LinkedIn and search consistently the hashtag call for speakers. There are always new events. There are always new seminars. There are always new summits, and they're looking for speakers. So if you keep searching for this hashtag, and you can search for this hashtag on any other social media, LinkedIn works a little better because it's done for this kind of things. So if you keep searching for this hashtag over and over and over again, and you send new requests, I'm not saying every single day, but if you send 5-10 requests per week to new events, eventually someone will say yes, eventually. And then the first event you will be a guest in, the easier will be to find new events, because right now you have social proof. You have the proof that you've been a speaker in another event, so it's easier to find another one. You can use that as an example, right? Or you search on Google your niche plus conference 2025 if you want for next year, call for speakers. Look all the results that you get on Google, and you will find a lot of events. You will find a lot of conferences, you will find a lot of summits, you will find a lot of places where you can speak. When you will be a speaker, when you will finally have your stage with someone else's audience, then it's time to use what I call event stacking. Now, until now, we've done everything for free. So we created content for free to our audiences. We run events either to our own audience or to an external audience for free. We haven't charged for anything. We're just sharing great content. This is a way to get visibility, to gather visibility. I want you to add a commitment action in your funnel. That means that you invite people to a paid event. This is how you make your prospects become customers. And if you're familiar with marketing, you know that it's easier to make a customer buy again from you if they're happy customers, then get a new customer. So the harder part here is to get a new customer. That's the hardest part. But when you get your first customer, then if you keep that customer happy, that customer will buy from you again and again and again. So you need to use this commitment action to make this person become a customer, and then all you have to do is to keep that customer happy. So this is what event stacking means. It means that you have events in your community, you have events in external communities, and you just promote your paid event. When I work with my clients, we work on a paid event every couple of months. I would say 3-4 times per year maximum. And this is a paid event. This is, it could be a challenge, it could be a bootcamp, it could be a seminar, like it depends. It depends what you want to run. I'm a big fan of bootcamps, of multi-day bootcamps. It could be a 3-day bootcamp or a 5-day bootcamp. This is my bread and butter. But at the same time, you can run a full day event. If you want to do a single day, you can do like a complete full day where you teach a specific thing. You can create a retreat. I worked with a couple of clients and they were organizing paid retreats. That's another thing that you can do. And all these events can be virtual or can be in person. That's up to you. If I were you, if you're starting right now, I would start with virtual events because it's simple. Everyone can do that. Everyone knows how to use Zoom, so it's not a big deal anymore. You can organize your live event. Now, I want to remind you that you can still get my weekly content strategy if you want. This is the link that you can use, or you can just scan the QR code and you can download this content strategy. You will see exactly what to post every day of the week, so you don't have to wonder what to do. This is everything I wanted to share with you. I hope that you got some good information today, and I hope that now you will become more consistent in your approach. You understood the power of live events and you will use them more and more. And more importantly, you will speak in someone else's event, because this is the easiest way to grow. Remember that it's about the who, not the how. Thank you very much for watching this presentation. I'm gonna see you next week again live here with the Escape 9 to 5 Club. Thanks so much.